It's really too bad that I'm not working anymore because this distinction would look amazing on a resume. I would like to start by saying thank you to Mayor Watson for being here personally to unveil this new sign, and to thank our City Councilor Alan Hubley for sponsoring this initiative. And of course, the City of Ottawa for bestowing such an honor. Thank you. I am deeply moved. This means so much to me and my family. Many of you know my wife Susan and my kids Sean and Emily. I'm fortunate that my mom and dad also happen to be visiting from British Columbia and are here with me today, and that Joanne, my sister-in-law from New York, is here too. And of course, thank you to all of you for being here to celebrate this distinction with me today. I'm touched to see so many of my friends. Your support has meant so much to me. I also want to thank Stuntman Stu for acting as the MC today, but also for his decency, his community involvement, and his support for the ALS community. Thank you for that. But I particularly have to thank my neighbors and friends, Emeka and Bill, for thinking I was worthy of such a distinction, and Pierre and Sean for supporting and conspiring to help make this happen. Thank you. This is such a graceful compliment and a unique accolade. Never in 1,000 years would I have thought a park would be named after me. When I see this sign, it will make me think of one word: advocacy. As many of you know, after I was diagnosed with ALS in 2013, I teamed up with ALS Canada and threw myself into advocacy and lobbied the federal government for greater support for research and improvements to the Compassionate Care Benefit Program, which was very inadequate for people in the ALS community. It has been the greatest honor of my life to represent people living with ALS. We had a strategy to build political momentum, and we met with over 50 members of parliament, cabinet ministers, senior public servants, and senior political staff in the Prime Minister's office, all culminating in a 45-minute meeting with the Finance Minister. A month later, the Finance Minister tabled his 2015 budget, which increased the compassionate care benefit from 6 weeks to 6 months. This was a significant win for people struggling with the economic burden of ALS. And that was a first for me, getting something in the federal budget. Although it was a significant win, we didn't get everything we asked for. Fortunately, as part of our advocacy adventures, ALS Canada and I met with Justin Trudeau last year to press for compassionate care benefits. And at that time I asked Trudeau to include these improvements to the benefit program in his election platform. 2 weeks ago, I was delighted to see Justin Trudeau announce those improvements to the Compassionate Care Benefit Program as part of his election platform. That was another first for me. I had never influenced a national election platform before. Speaking of elections, my friend Karen McCrimmon is also here today. Hi, Karen. Karen also happens to be the Liberal candidate for Kannada, but she is also an advocate. I promise not to turn this into a partisan political event, but as I look at this amazing group of people, I see advocacy, and I see opportunity. Advocacy is what we named this park. My advocacy is here, But we also have political advocacy and mental health advocacy, cancer, Alzheimer's, anti-bullying, MS, autism, and more. I have often said the greatest pursuit in life is the elevation of the human condition. That's what advocacy does. It presents the opportunity to make life better for people. And the beauty is, we can all participate in spreading awareness and bringing progress and real change. That's the beauty of our democracy. But it's a double-edged sword. Change only happens if you make it happen. If you step up and engage. That's why the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is so important. It brought crucial awareness and money for research. It also got the attention of our elected officials. At the time when Terry Fox was diagnosed with this particular type of bone cancer, the diagnosis was virtually a death sentence. Thanks to Terry's annual Marathon of Hope, which has raised over $650 million, there's an 80% survival rate today. ALS has been overlooked for decades. Something had to change if we were ever going to find a treatment or a cure. In the 76 years since Lou Gehrig announced he had ALS, there have been no significant advancements in treatment. The Ice Bucket Challenge has done more to advance this issue than anything in the last 100 years. That's why it's important. It gave me back the voice that ALS has stolen from me. The Ice Bucket Challenge is a vehicle for change, but only if we make it an annual event. We can't go back to the pre-Ice Bucket Challenge days. The prospect of that is very bleak. So when you see this sign, I hope you think of advocacy. I hope it reminds you that we don't have to accept the status quo, and that we can always do better. And I hope it encourages you to take the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge every August until a cure is found. Once again, thank you.
Unfortunately, just like at the golf tournament, have to follow that amazing speech. But well said. Well said, my friend. So, thank you so much for coming out today and for continuing to make a commitment to your community. And hopefully the message for those of you here for the first time, or maybe here because you know somebody or you're just a neighbor, you heard the message. Ryan Parsons Park, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming.